All right, with season 2 officially out, a lot of you guys been asking me to give you guys a tier list, the best weapons inside of XDefiant and which you should be actually using. So in today's video, we went and did a tier list on every single gun inside the game, and I gave you my honest opinion on every single gun. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. 75% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, so I would greatly appreciate it if you guys went and dropped a sub. But yeah, let's get right into it. All right, boys, we're doing a tier list now. We have all of the weapons in the game currently, and we currently have meta, A, B, C, useless, and sidearms. So get right into it. All right, we're gonna start it off with the Magnum. I hear a lot of people use this. This isn't my go-to, but I would definitely put this in the useless category. In my opinion, I don't think it's really that great, but it has this times where it actually does one-shot you, and then you're just left clueless, like what just happened. Furthest it would go is be the C tier, but that's where we're gonna put it for now. All right, let's move on to the A12. Now, surprisingly, the A12 has actually been pretty decent. With the buffs recently to the XDefiant shotguns, I would definitely put this gun somewhere in the B tier category, especially for pubs. This is just an absolute beast. There should be no reason why it's this good. So I would definitely put it in a low B tier. I've seen a lot of people cook up with this, and surprisingly, I've seen somebody on YouTube using this in ranked and absolutely dominating. So A12 would definitely be in the B tier category in my opinion. The 93R pistol, this is my go-to pistol out of all my pistols. I would definitely put this in the low B tier. It doesn't hit as hard as we think it does. So just for that simple fact that it takes so long to kill someone, we're gonna have to put it in the B tier. All right, we're moving on to the ACR. Now, the ACR is one of the best guns in the game, but because of season 2, they added new patches to the attachments, and now that the rapid fire barrel is now nerfed, ACR isn't hitting the same no more. So in my personal opinion, I would have to put the ACR in the A tier category. I don't think that it's in that meta category anymore. I do think it's a very, very good weapon, but at the same time, it's not all that great. The rapid fire barrel was definitely saving this weapon, and now that it's nerfed, hey. All right, moving on, we got the AK-47. In my opinion, the AK-47 is the best gun inside of XDefiant. We're gonna put this at the very top of the meta category. You guys seen my gameplays. I was going absolutely ridiculous with the AK-47. There should be no reason why this gun is this good in the game. So AK-47 wholeheartedly gonna be the #1. I've been saying this since the preseason of XDefiant, and now it's even more of the meta inside of season 2. So we love that. The Deagle is something that is just absolutely horrid. I'm not a big fan of the Deagle, so we're gonna put the Deagle in the sidearms category, something that's just like, hey, you need to just run around with, you can have that, but other than that, don't use it. All right, the double barrel, my goodness, the double barrel is so good. It's insane how good the double barrel is. I've been getting one shot from the double barrel every single time I'm playing a pub, so now I would definitely put the double barrel a little ahead of the A12. How you guys feel about that? Let me know. I know some people in my chat that actually use shotguns more than me. Where would you pair these? The L115 sniper is still the best sniper in the game. I would put this in the A tier category. If you want to rock snipers, this is the only sniper that I would recommend rocking. We got the other snipers like the M44 or the TAC 50, but in my personal opinion, the L115 is just overall the better sniper that you should be rocking. Next up, we have the LVOAC. Now, this might be controversial, but we're gonna put the LVOAC in the B tier category. I don't like a lot of things about this gun. It's so many things that pisses me off about the LVOAC, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a good gun. It's just not, it doesn't do what I need it to do all the time, so we're gonna put that in the B tier category. All right, now we got the M16. Now the M16 is still one of the best guns in the game, so out of respect, we're still gonna put the M16 in that meta category. If you know how to control the recoil, you know how to burst with the M16, this is definitely still one of the best guns in the game. All right, we got the M1111. This is gonna be in the sidearms category. You only really need this if the person is one shot or you're just trying to get to place. This is not something that you want to actually be trying to kill people with. All right, so now we have the M249 LMG. This LMG is decent. It's not all that good, so for that, we're gonna put this in the C tier category. All right, coming up with the M44 sniper. This sniper is pretty decent. It has the fastest ADS speed out of all the snipers in the game. The one-shot capabilities is a lot harder to get compared to the TAC 50 and the L115. So I'm gonna put the M44 in the B tier category. Definitely decent of a sniper, and with them adjusting the hit flinch now inside of season 2, it can still compete, but it's not something that you want to be rocking compared to the L115. All right, so now we have the M4A1. Now this gun is a hot piece of I'm sorry. It's a okay weapon. On stream yesterday, I was literally using this for about 3.5 hours trying to grind this weapon out, and I had my fun times. I had my moments where I was like, this gun is absolutely useless. So we're gonna put this in the B tier category. I will put it right here in this spot. It's like the definition of mid. It can do what you need it to do, and at the same time it can't do what you need to do. Take what you want from that. That's how I see it. All right, now we're moving on to the M60. This is statistically the best LMG out of all the LMGs in the game, so I would put this in the A tier category. I was having a lot of fun using this, and I think that this has the potential of you getting a very nice squad feed. M870 shotgun. I heard that this shotgun is better than the double barrel. From word of mouth, people have the M870 over the double barrel, so we're gonna place it there just for out of respect. All right, moving on, we have the M9 pistol. This was my go-to back in the day. Back in season 1, I would rock this over the 93R, so we're gonna put this right underneath the 93R pistol. I think that this is a fairly decent pistol, and you have the most movement out of all the pistols in the game with this. So if you want to get from point A to point B the fastest, I recommend using the M9. All right, so now moving on, we're going to the MDR. Now this is one of the best ARs in the game. It got buffed not too long ago, and it's been definitely competing with all the rest of the guns. I was rocking a Vector at one point in time when a Vector was meta, and for some reason the MDR was beaming me from close range with this. So in my personal opinion, we're gonna have to put the MDR in that A tier category. It's definitely a great weapon, but it's definitely under the ACR. All right, moving on, we have the MK20 SSR. This is one of the most annoying weapons to play against, but I would definitely put this in the B tier category. We're gonna put this right down the middle. It's hard to use, but once you get the hang of it, this gun is absolutely amazing. So I would put this in the B tier. All right, next up we have all of the freaking SMGs. I know a lot of people were waiting on this one. We got the MP5. Now, MP5 has a lot of range. Now that we have the new integration to the PP19 Bison, the MP5 isn't the #1 SMG when it comes to range. And overall, the MP5 is just a mid SMG compared to all of the rest. So we're gonna put the MP5 in that C tier category. I know y'all are gonna get on me in the comments, but the MP5 just doesn't hit the same. Now, if they fix the iron sights on the gun, make the iron sights a little different, and then buff the movement with the MP5, I could see it being in that A tier category, but until then we're gonna leave it in the C tier category. Next up we got the MP7. Now the MP7 did get kind of nerfed in a sense, but I would still put the MP7 in that meta category. You're still able to move very fast with this weapon, and it still does almost identical numbers than it did before, so MP7 is still meta. All right, moving on, we have the P90. Now the P90 has actually surprised me. This gun has turned into my second favorite weapon of all time. I've been having extreme amounts of fun playing with this weapon, and I think overall the P90 is better than the MP7. I would put the P90 in the meta category. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I do think that the P90 needs to be talked about when we're talking about meta SMGs. It can do everything. It can beam from long range. It can kill you super fast from close range, has the movement, and it has a large magazine. It has everything that you could possibly need on an SMG, and that's what does it for me. Coming up next, we have the RPK. Now this is an LMG that I am not a fan of, so I'm just gonna put this in the useless category. We don't even need to get into why. All right, coming up next, we have the sawed-off shotgun. This has been a very good secondary that a lot of people have been rocking. I think that the sawed-off is a little too broken right now. I think they need to nerf it just a little bit. So I would put the sawed-off in that A tier category. Let me know though, how y'all feel about the sawed-off shotgun? I think it's a little too broken. But yeah, coming up next, we have the SVD. SVD is not my cup of tea, but I heard it's pretty good. But we're gonna put this in that C tier category. I don't think it deserves to be in the B tier or the A tier at all. All right, up next, we have the TAC 50. The TAC 50 is still pretty decent. It's overall better than the M4, so we're gonna put the TAC 50 right above the M44. I just think that makes the most sense. Let me know what you guys think. All right, next we have the Vector. Now the Vector hasn't gotten touched yet, but it's still meta. It's still one of the best guns in the game, so we're gonna put the Vector in that meta category. The Vector has been banned from competitive play, and it has the fastest time to kill inside of the game. So that's it with all of the season 1 weapons, and now we have the 3 new season 2 weapons. We have the L86, L86, the Spaz 12, and the PP19. Let's start off with the L86. Now the L86 is a very decent LMG. You have a lot of movement speed with this weapon, and I would put this in the A tier category. It definitely outshines all of the other LMGs in the game, and if somebody could come up with the right build with this gun, I would put this in the meta tier list. But for now, we're gonna leave this at the low A tier. All right, coming up with the Spaz 12. Spaz 12 also is one of the best shotguns in the game. They actually did a really great job integrating the Spaz 12 into the game, and the fact that it is like a hybrid between the other shotguns in the game, we're gonna have to definitely put this in that low A tier as well. We're gonna put this right underneath the L86. Now moving on to the last weapon, we have the PP. Now when you're leveling up the PP for the first time, it is one of the hardest things you can do. I think the PP19 in itself is not that good of a weapon when you don't have any attachments on it, but once you start adding attachments to it, it could definitely be in that conversation of meta weapons. My only issue is that the movement is a little too slow. When you're running around with this gun, it feels like you have a backpack on and you're just almost in mud. So sometimes I get a little confused with this weapon. You have a large magazine and it does the most damage out of all the SMGs. So for that, we're gonna put this in the higher range of A tier. I wouldn't put this in the meta category, but I can't see myself putting this over the MDR or the ACR. So boys, this is my meta tier list. Let me know how you guys feel about it. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, some things that I might need to fix, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, don't forget to drop a like. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe. And before we go, I just want to let you guys know that Jesus loves you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.